What's up, guys? And we are back to Third Age.
Yes, the third
MLS.
age. Sapare can't remember things today, but that's alright because I'm here to
said
not
third
remember
age.
them better. You did say third age,
I
that's
said I
true.
was. So you might be confused. The confusion is that I loaded the save game from me and Green's earlier game where I had messed up the sound. The only thing you
Yeah.
guys missed is like the first 4 turns where I kill rebels.
Yep, then that's
And a few
basically
orcs.
what it-
So
yeah.
in this one, Firemian did not get gangbanged. He almost got gangbanged, but he didn't get gangbanged.
Yay.
Look at Bommy, he's
It's
having
good
a
with this.
party right there.
Yeah, I know, I was gonna say. Nor did he forget that Tar Mistar had rendered Gil Galad of old in that time when the game cut me off from reading.
Now tell me about the one wing, I can tell you that much. And these are the Dol Amos troops, which are the most badass, sexy motherfuckers in the universe.
Yes. I can pretty much agree on that. I'm like, I would do these guys. I'd also be horrified if they were like attacking me. Like, you know.
I think if any army was attacking you, you'd be kind of horrified.
Well, that's
And I believe
a
it's the
fair
first time that
point.
we're really seeing a city fight. I mean, it's a super small city, but the other thing we had was like a town which didn't even have walls.
Right.
This
So
actually got
yeah.
walls.
Yep. So we're attacking a legit city now, which we can breach. If you know what I mean.
It's our ram.
Yes. With our Ram of Doom and our awesome archers that shoot guys in the
Really,
face.
that just aren't doing that much because there's a fucking wall in the way. But the funny thing is, it's still doing more than our enemy, which doesn't have any archers. So
Yeah.
they're killing these evil peasant spearmen and the peasant axemen. Man, I feel bad.
I'd feel less bad if these rebels weren't freaking, you know, attacking us.
So actually, I'm attacking them.
Oh, okay, but they're rebels, and they're like, all of the rest of them were attacking us.
Yeah. Maybe they're trying to defend their territory. But this town is no Gondor here, yeah. I
I'm
don't
sure
deal
they,
with your shit.
yeah.
Actually, no, I believe I did breach a door before, but it's still, it's quizzing.
Yeah. It's cool watching the doors breach.
And they got like, whoop.
They're like,
boom. Which is so much better still in the newer than in the newer games where in Shogun 2 they just throw fire Molotov cocktails at the door and it destroys the door. There's literally no siege equipment in Shogun 2 really. Well, they climb over the walls, which I'm sure is completely historically accurate.
yeah, I'm sure that's historically accurate.
Some people
I'm
are like,
pretty
there was a case where they did that. I'm pretty sure there was a case where they did that, but I'm pretty sure they didn't do it 100% of the time because at that point people would have been like, if you put spikes on the wall, they are fucked. Like it would be so easy to just stop that from happening if that was like an everyday occurrence.
Right, right. So, yeah, it is pretty silly. That's... Honestly, it sounds less historically accurate than in Age of Empires, where whenever you attack a building, there's always a frame of animation near the end where it gets caught on fire.
Yeah,
And I don't know why, huh?
I mean, it's not Mass Effect. StarCraft did that too.
Yeah,
Buildings catch fire and all that stuff.
Well, that is true. It is in StarCraft. I think that's just because it's in a lot of strategy games, but I was just thinking that because, well, most of the time, like, I almost never actually attack buildings with siege equipment because I'm sure there's some cases where they're effective, but usually I just send in, like, a huge army. You know, so usually I'm, like, stabbing buildings and they catch on fire, and I'm like, that's how it works,
I
yeah.
usually static bidding because it doesn't shorten the story bidding.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, game logic.
Yep.
And I mean, it is nice that I can just, like, you know, stab buildings to death rather than building siege equipment. Admittedly, siege equipment probably in the right hands, but, like, I'm sure that's something, like, good players actually use, but...
You know, I wish I could hire these guys instead of having to fucking murder all of them.
Yeah, seriously, they're actually not that bad.
And they look kind of nice, even though they are really bad at fighting, relatively seen. Like,
yeah.
I'm not, like, the number turns red when the guy dies. Don't have very many people die.
Yeah.
It's a night charge time. Knights of Dolamos, the Sworn Knights of Doom.
Swan Knights of Sexiness. The Swan Knights of Sexiness +3. That's how stats.
I love it. I love that they do the.
Wow.
Like before they, like when they charge, just before they like run into them, they do that whole blowing the horn thing.
Nice. That is pretty sweet. I thought you were gonna state you love the animation for when people die from the charge, which I think is pretty cool.
They fly into the air, yeah.
Yeah, they fly into the air. You're like, oh shit.
Man, actually, I didn't notice that all of them are gonna like throw fucking like shit at me. I'm gonna leave now. They actually killed some of my Swan Knights.
That was pretty unfortunate.
Even though it doesn't. The good thing is actually those are the most okay to die for me because I get them back. I don't have to reboot them because they are these
Guards
guys. Yeah, they're guards of the general. General.
Yeah, so as long as the general survives, yeah. Man, that'd be OP. If actual generals just like. Actually, it also sounds like it'd be annoying. Now, imagine if you were a general and you just like, when you lost your soldiers, they just respawned, and one day you like retire and you go home.
And they just like always show up.
Yeah. And you're like, I'm trying to enjoy, you know, I'm trying to eat a sandwich here.
The sandwiches in Gondor. Man, they're just getting like murdered by those. But yeah, I still love this game. There's something about the combat that makes it very visible.
Yeah.
Like
the
this
combat
is gonna be like, boom.
Yeah, it's pretty legit.
It's one of those games where actually seeing that number go down, how many people are left. It's just always very fun to see when they go down really fast.
Yeah. I definitely enjoy the visceral itty of the combat. Like, actually, like how I think I like the horses. Well, I do like the horses in this a lot better than I like the horses in Mountain Blade. As much as I like Mountain Blade.
I like the horses in Mountain Blade. It's kind of how
horses. Horses are OP though.
But it's because it's Mountain Blade.
Yeah, I suppose that's a fair point. But, like, one-on-one sword duels are always so much cooler. Yeah. And though I still have to work on some of the stuff.
Also, charging spearmen, not normally the best idea, but when you're fucking, like, heavy knights, I think it's okay.
Yeah. So
the only thing you should not do is stick around in the spearmen, because they're a bit pokey.
Right.
But yeah, this is kind of what I meant, but horses are slightly OP, because there's not really much stopping you from doing this.
Yeah,
even the spearmen.
Right, even the spearmen at this point, they don't have a counter. They're like, yeah, we're spearmen, we're gonna stab you, and your horse is just like, that's okay. We got spears too.
Actually, I am gonna put him out, because I don't want him to like die by a fucking food accident.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the general is like this guy who like in the front, like sometimes it's that guy, and you don't want to be that guy, trust me.
You don't want to be that guy who actually manages to survive, but still, you don't want to be that
guy. If I do, sometimes he doesn't, sometimes he just gets stunned.
Yeah, I know, I've seen that happen, like, before already. And, I mean, that's generally, from my experience, how you deal with horsemen in Mountain Blade. It might not be always, but, when you're playing against the AI, you just build up a big formation of people and wait for the horses to come at you, and they just get stuck on your people and you stab them to death.
Also, my charges are not as efficient, because, my guys are getting tired.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah,
even that camera thing works so much better than in the newer games. And I know that sounds weird, but in the newer games they did it where it like shows like up here in a small screen. And I'm pretty sure they fixed it later, but they didn't fix it in Shogun 2. Like not Shogun 2, but in Napoleon, I don't know how they did it in Sugar 2, but in Napoleon it showed it up there, and the camera was literally lagging. Like, not the game was lagging, but it was like 5 frames a second. I'm like,
Wow.
why is this so difficult?
Yeah, that's pretty silly. Victory.
Like how that's a clear victory. I lose 50 people, kill 700. That's not a heroic victory. That's just a clear victory.
Oh.
Not because the odds went directly against me, but it's still sometimes silly.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I sometimes have that thing where I look at my game rankings like that too, and I'm like, come on now. And it's actually kind of funny that when they when they give you odds like, you know, that equal out like that, because I've had games where I literally don't lose any troops and they don't give me the best victory message because, you know, the enemy was, the odds were so far on my side that it was just like, we don't care that you won. You were supposed to win.
Tolfalas is a large island, also named in the form of Tolfalas. Oh, really? I added a space that stands beyond the Isil Anduin and the Bay of Belfast. During the drowning of Numenor, Tolfalas was almost destroyed and was left like a barren and lonely mound in the water not far from the Aesir. Its sharp southern cape is traditionally considered as the marking that the southernmost point of Gondor proper. Yes.
Indeed. What?
It's now Gondolin. Gondoria. Yay.
Gondoria.
You got another hit point.
Yay.
And you got this sword bear guy. He looks kind of silly.
He does look kind of sad. I was gonna say the sword bearer guy looks kind of like, I don't know. He's like, I don't really want to be here. That'd be scary. Thinking Johnny was so far.
So let's see. Now that I took this, do you need to build up more defensive here? And here?
Getting Johnny Wiseau would probably give you all kinds of status downs.
Johnny Wiseau. You can have 100 diplomacy points. There's Hanno's army. Actually, you wouldn't need that, but I'm not gonna go take it right now because the problem is, even if you can take it, it's kind of a pain to keep it.
Yeah, I see, because it's not as, like, there's multiple sides where you can attack it, unlike where you're currently holed up, or, yeah, there's almost nowhere to attack your front area.
Yeah, the only problem is that I needed to rebuild the archer guys from the beginning of the game.
Ah, right.
So for now, they're just gonna stay however they are.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So basically, it's more of that. We're gonna wait until we're more defensible, and then we're gonna punch them in the nose and get awesome archers.
Yeah, normally I think what I do is I take it, and then I restock them, and then I just leave the city again. Sup guys, goodbye.
Yeah, later fuckers. But yeah. Johnny Wiseau status, 10% chance per turn of getting torn apart by Lisa.
Tearing me apart. That is terrifying. Maybe that they could also have like a positive effect. You have like a 10% also chance that Mark shows up and confuses the enemy. This is an awesome story.
That's true. It confuses the enemy and gives you like a, 50% morale boost. Because, it's such a story.
Oh. They're attacking.
Well,
they will attack.
Okay.
Show yourselves!
They indeed are. They're preparing to attack. And they were doing a thing, I'm not quite sure what.
Sieging.
Ah, okay.
It's quite a magic thing to do. It's called sieging.
Sieging. It's the magical thing you do when you punch a city with siege equipment.
Leroy Jenkins equipment.
Yeah.
How do you know what that would be?
I don't know. Man. I bet Gandalf would be OP for sieging cities. Actually, it kind of brings up, what kind of unit is Gandalf, and is he completely OP?
He is a normal hero unit,
Oh.
but he just stats, he does damage, but he doesn't do any magic.
Yeah.
Like,
Makes sense. It makes sense that they prevent him from doing magic weirdly, because I mean, like, just imagine if you just, like, you know, you're gonna siege a city and, you know, just come up with, like, Gandalf and throw a fireball at the door is...
I think the main thing is that they couldn't make him do magic, like, they
Right.
can't program it in.
Oh yeah, because obviously there's not already a magic system in the game.
Yep.
The best you could do is make him, like, put up his hands and have a cannonball come out.
That's, I think they did that. Like, not in the
Oh.
mod, but there were some projects where they tried to do stuff like that. But they never ended up finding a way to do it to the level
Where it
was
doesn't
worth
just
it.
look stupid. Yeah.
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 Oh,
I'm gonna stick you.
should I hate my guys out?
Maintain order.
I could
I assume so.
attack these guys and kill them and then run away. It's a bit of a daring move. And we leave one guy behind, but let's do this. This
Alright, sounds legit.
Gondor will not be saved by actions. No, Gondor will not saved by absence of actions. Gondor will only be saved by actions.
Gondor will not be saved by actions.
Actually, that works perfectly.
Yeah.
I get
Wow.
post people on that guy without the other guy actually getting into the fight because it does that circle thing.
Right, right.
Normally, it always does a circle around the guy being attacked,
Right.
and then I get a
So-
clash.
And then Medieval 2 encounters an unspecified thing and Sapare gets poked.
I get poked every night. Be right back. And
And
we're
we're
back.
back.
Hopefully, it won't crash again.
Yep. Because, crashing is bad, and, you know, it's quite an unfortunate thing.
It's an unfortunate turn of events.
Yes. It's an unfortunate turn of events. And, it makes... Oh my god, did it uncrash?
It never crashed.
Never.
So this is east of Skiers, and then on the left is west of Skiers. And I'm fighting on east of Skiers. Which technically doesn't have voice, and at the same time it does.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, some of the walls are great, and some walls are torn down and stuff.
But the thing is, you can't go through the torn down walls, which means in a way it's super OP. Because
Wow,
you have
that
a
is-
really good control area.
Yeah, that is super OP because you can definitely follow like that. But yeah, you'd think that they'd be able to climb over those.
But yeah, I mean,
Not
it's
that I'm
kind of
complaining.
silly, but I'm not directly complaining because otherwise. But no, like already as Connor, you're gonna get it just gets so impossible difficult if you didn't have voice. It's impossible because you just could not fight in the city because you need a funnel.
Yeah, it's right. Because the city gets attacked by a large amount of forces, and well, yeah, so generally the kind of forces you don't want to fight on an open field.
Yeah, actually used to be yeah, for the reason last time I played this game I actually did better, but it might just be because I play a lot, but it used to be kind of easier because it used to be that it would drop like oil, which would kill like 50 fucking enemies in a go. But since they have now done the unique maps for each city rather than just having like random maps, it doesn't do that anymore because it just doesn't.
Yeah. So, because they don't want. Because they're like, oil. That's your dopey.
This is this thing which I hate about orcs. It's like most of the fucking orcs are missile tubes. I mean, not missile tubes. Most of the orcs are spear tubes. Because the default orc units tend to be spear guys. Which means that you can't charge them as easily.
Yeah.
Also, what I want to
Makes
mention, which I just noticed, you see these guys. You see their equipment.
Yeah.
You see these guys.
Mm.
You see these guys again.
Yeah.
You see they look different.
Yes.
They are the same unit,
Cool.
but one of them has an armor upgrade, which that's
okay.
that's how it worked in Medieval 2. In Medieval 2, like if you guys had armor upgrades, and here obviously because the mod put it in, but they would have like different skins for it, which I found awesome. Because like even peasants would later have like at least like chainmail if you actually gave them chainmail.
Yeah, that is pretty legit. It's neat that you can just upgrade your different units. Yeah, I would actually be surprised if the like I remember earlier saying the standard orc is spearman, but I'd be surprised if the standard orc was like an archer. I'd be like, I don't remember that from the movies.
Yeah.
I'm sure they had orc archers, but I'm really sure that if they did, like, none of them were exceptional archers.
But yeah, was there ever an exceptional orc?
I don't think there was until they made the Hobbit movie. Which...
I haven't watched it, so that doesn't count. Only what I watched counts.
Oh. That's a... Well, I mean... I'm pretty sure that orc wasn't even in the book, so, you know. Yeah. Because I don't remember a white orc in the book.
White people don't exist.
Yeah, exactly. In the book, white people didn't exist. Except for the fact that I don't actually remember, but I'm assuming everyone was white.
Yeah.
But I don't think they ever really stated it.
Just expected that everyone is white.
Yeah. Because it's like, well, considering when Tolkien was writing the books, I'd be really surprised if he was like, you know what this book needs? A Tolkien black guy.
A Tolkien black guy.
That'd be quite a thing. If Tolkien black guy.
So we have these people fighting here like men against a giant army of orcs. We have these people getting archers.
Sounds legit. Actually, so I'm not particularly complaining. It seems to be going fine anyways, but I was going to ask, so you were talking about the bottlenecking thing, so why aren't we bottlenecking these
Because I
orcs?
attacked him.
Oh, so right, that makes sense. So they're not like, you're attacking them, so they're not gonna rush into the city to get bottlenecked.
Yeah. They are going to stay outside, so I need to go outside.
Unlike, I'm sure the new game, where they probably would.
But
You'd probably attack them.
start shooting inside.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I think, I don't know. The only glitch that I liked that obviously wasn't harmful, but it was still like a massive glitch, so admittedly maybe it was still kind of harmful, was when the boat freaking like just went through the land. I was like, man.
One, yeah. But yeah, but the last thing myself one is like what I just did. If you shot your guys in the back, even if they're spearmen, it so devastates them.
Yeah.
Like it just causes them to like. It does a lot of damage, and then it tends to make them fouled because their formation was a foul.
Right. I saw that. I was actually gonna say, like, you charge those guys in the back and like just a bunch of them.
This game is still most usually guys than the newer ones because like I said, the newer ones fucking horse guys couldn't even beat archers.
Yeah.
So the horse guys kind of fall away, but I mean horse guys are like the big thing because it's all about outflanking the enemy.
Yep.
Because now that he's like in this ball of being outflanked, like you can see that their morale is just falling apart.
Right, their morale is falling apart, and they're getting attacked on all sides. There's not really much they can do.
Now what I just need to do is shoot in there, and that should break them.
Yeah. Sounds sexy. A lot more sexy than Mr. Yellow Guy.
Oh, okay. I thought you were kind of going racist there, but no, you meant that yellow guy.
No. Yeah, I'm not going racist. I'm not hating on The Simpsons. I'm talking about I'm talking about another game. Yeah. I mean, you know, nah. I was gonna say I could hate on The Simpsons, but I thought I'm like, well, actually, I've barely seen it, so I can't really know. I wouldn't waste the time. It's actually, you know. I know it's been running for forever, and that's basically about all I can say about it. I saw the movie. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The movie was pretty good, actually, which is surprising.
Actually, I mean, it's kind of a common thing that his SpongeBob movie was also really good.
You know, that's true. You know, it's always surprising when you see, like, a TV movie that's really good, but there are a decent amount of, like,
with
you know...
the comedy ones, it tends to work pretty well.
Right.
I wonder if the Pony movie would work, but no, that one movie doesn't count.
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking. Like, as much as I actually enjoyed Equestria Girls, but you know, an actual...
It wasn't as good as SpongeBob, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, no, that's fine. As much as I enjoyed it, I think the one of the main issues was just something that was out of the movie's control, which is that by default, the setting they used was a lot less interesting than the setting that, you know, the show was already about.
Yeah. I mean, it's like if Simpsons was suddenly a live-action movie.
Yeah, exactly. Which, you haven't seen either of these series, but that sounds like the Dragon Ball Z movie and the Avatar The Last Airbender movie.
Yeah, I've seen
Both
part of
were...
that.
Huh?
Yes, a part of that.
The Avatar movie?
Yes.
Oh. Oh yeah, I think you told me about that.
Yes, we have done a clear victory of devastating
Yeah.
over 500 and losing 400 men. I promise orcs will produce like fucking insanity.
Orcs do like their women and they're making the babies. Ever since the fall of the great goblin of the misty mountains, the hatred of their race for the dwarves has been rekindled to fury!
Yes.
Yes.
So I believe that's pretty much lead up to the Battle of the Five Armies.
Yeah.
So do I want to ransom these orcs? Our enemy does not want to ransom.
I was gonna say, just execute them. They're freaking orcs. They're not gonna...
But I get money.
Well, that's true, but... I don't know. Maybe... I'm assuming they actually can, since you're bothering to do it. I'm assuming that they can,
Agree, yes.
Yeah, because otherwise it'd be silly that they'd have that option, but,
Unless
you know...
they changed it so that he always says no, but back in the day, he was able to say yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I find it silly, though, if they did change it to that, because it's like, well, why would you ever, like, you know...
Yeah, but yeah, that's why I like defending this, because you can see I can keep switching around here, like in one turn.
Yeah, so you can jump back over to that place without, like... Yeah, without leaving it undefended.
Yep.
It's a legitimate strategy. It's a lot more of a legitimate strategy than the wall in the... Now I can't even name things today. Those books that the show... No, I can't really. Let's see, I don't know, the books with the kids who get the dire wolf and, the evil as fuck kid and... Why can't I name this?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but hey, horsies.
Oh my god,
I'm sure these guys know Twilight's book.
I would pet those horses.
Yes, you would.
Oh yeah. So look at this second horse. Like, oh, I don't know why. It's just expression amused me. It's just like the way that his eyes half closed. It's like, oh yeah, I'm getting attention.
I'm getting a picture taken of me.
Yes.
Spearman, and misses. Well, at least they have one fucking missing guy. I was about to say, like, anyone ever not used, like, honestly, everyone uses spearmen ever. Which I think it might be two and just in history, that's generally. Because spears were like, you don't need to learn much when you use spears, you just stab them at people.
Right.
It's not like a sword.
it's kind of like crossbows. They're
Yeah.
what you give to people that you don't have time to really train.
Yeah, and I mean, it's also really easy to do, so all you need to do is make a stick
Right.
with a thing. You don't
Make your
need,
stick
like,
with a thing on the end.
anything.
Yeah. Because swords actually, yeah, they take a while to produce, considering the entire freaking thing is always made out of metal.
Yeah.
Can't make a good sword without having a sword made out of metal.
You can make out of wood, one of you do.
True.
I love these
Yeah,
guys, you're just gonna be like, one, we can take these.
Yeah, I know. I do love them just like distracting the orcs.
Actually, these are not orcs.
Oh.
I'm now fighting the
They're not
gunmen.
orcs. Yeah, those guys.
Who actually are kind of dangerous. It's actually more dangerous. It's like they actually are good when fighting, unlike the orcs.
Orcs.
Like, clearly they're not that dangerous because there's not very many of them. But they can get
Yeah.
really tough.
Makes sense.
The battle is
You guys are
Yeah,
really
the-
bad at this for shouting, man.
Victory
Anyway.
will be ours.
Oh, the guys are like being too strokes with their spears, but yeah, this charging plan thing. Admittedly, you're still, I think you're,
I'm just throwing them, yeah.
yeah. My god, there's more.
Yeah, I know, there's one more group. Which I'm gonna outflank now.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Horse charge!
Horse charge, horses everywhere. Go.
It wasn't quite as devastating, guys. Let's try that again.
Let's try that again. I'm sure that's like what Napoleon said during conflicts. He, like, you know.
I'm pretty
It
sure
was
you
like,
can only
okay,
say that once, so. Okay, you
probably.
guys need to actually do this because I'm gonna get flanked, yeah. But no, I still am shooting these guys.
Yeah. This is gonna turn into one of those D&D things, isn't it? Of just.
I guess it would make sense too. But I'm
Yeah.
just gonna watch these guys fight. It never gets boring. Like, the way this cover does once.
Yeah. Or shouldn't we say keep an eye on the guys
No,
getting?
but it's fine.
Okay.
I know what I'm doing most of the time. Okay, you guys do your charge. That devastated them more than enough. It might, yep,
Yeah.
that will.
Please the field. You and half the enemy are badly
Oh
See?
man.
Yeah, you
lost
were
half their men.
Yeah, you did own these guys pretty hard.
Slice. And then he stabs them and slice and slice and other slices.
Yeah, these soldiers are obviously they're pretty badass. This one guy is.
Yeah, I mean these are only the squires, but the thing is they're fighting guys with spears.
Yeah.
Our men have captured the enemy general. Guard him well and make it so
I'm
we
being
can
shot at.
see us defeat the rest of
I
it.
think those guys just kind of sneaked up to me.
Yeah. Okay. So what you're saying is, no, I'm not sure. So I'm guessing swords are more effective than spears at melee. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean spears.
Yeah.
The swords are better at killing people in melee.
Yeah, makes sense.
Unless they're like really good with their spears, but
Right. I'm just used to the weird logic which I've probably told you about, which is the rock paper scissors system. Nice. Pretty sure that's one of their generals or something.
yes. It's always a guy that looks very different than other people.
Right. But yeah, so Fire Emblem, as much as I love it, clearly their weapon system is unrealistic. So yeah, their weapon system is spears beat out swords, swords beat out axes, and axes beat out spears.
Yeah, here, I mean, there's like, there's a thing kind of like that, but there's no hard counter, really.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the good spear guy can beat the bad sword guy, but obviously my guys are
well,
better immediately than the bad spear.
Exactly. That makes sense. And, well, I'd call it a counter, but I don't even know if I'd call it a hard counter in, admittedly, I think it's supposed to be a hard counter in Fire Emblem, but it's hard to say, because you can always train up people to be, like, you know, good enough to withstand, like, someone who's much worse than them. They can usually just say, oh yeah, the spear guy, I'm just gonna stab him. I'm like level 18 in the main character. It's, well, level 18, that'd actually be even more OP, because, the game usually doesn't have, like, usually leveling is kind of slower, and I think 18 is getting up, like, end game.
Yep. Let's see, I kind of need it, actually. I'm kind of considering building a fleet, but the problem is that normally fleets cost so much money to keep.
And we currently don't have
successful turn, I think so.
Yeah, that was a pretty we kind of owned, like, the orcs and the other guys, and I think they're probably feeling a little sad now.
That's the little. I will end the turn, and then I will end the part after ending the turn.
So,
oh yeah, we have this guy we're sending around, but he's just doing stuff.
Yeah, he's just walking to places, and, I don't honestly remember what he's... Oh yeah, looking at them to give us stuff. Because that's how stuff works.
That's how a person works. You're sending me like really, really bad postcards.
It probably is. Your arrow is the arrow that will pierce the heavens.
I guess it's the arrow that pierces the dragon.
Yeah. I'm sure that's what his father told him when he was a kid. He's like, son, take this arrow. This arrow is the arrow that will pierce the heavens. And then it killed the dragon. And his dad was probably like, that's good enough.
You did okay, son. Could have done a lot better, but you did okay.
Yes. You could have shot a giant robot, but you know, you killed a giant. It's pretty good.
Maybe the dragon was your mother, but it's okay.
Yeah. It's how a dragon works. Amon hadn't reached. Oh, that's the guy, right?
Yeah, I reached that place. You have reached Amon Hen, also referred to as the Hill of the Eye. It is one of the 3 peaks at the southern end of the long lake Hen Hisol, above the forest of Raurus. On this hill, the Seat of Seeing is constructed, at which is told to give the one sitting in it farsight. On the opposite side from the river Arjun lies Amon Law. Here the Seat of Hearing was constructed. These remnants of the former glory date back to the early days of Gondor, when the northern border was still guarded from all evil. We have reached the forests of Raurus, which are the great forests of the river Anduin beneath Hen Isol, where the river flows from the Emir Mule to the wetland of Hindalf. The gates of Argonas consist of 2 enormous pillars carved in likeness of Isildur and Anorion. Standing upon either side of the river Anduin, at the northern approach to Hen Yesur, originally constructed about 3rd H 1340 at the order of Romanians to mark the northern border of Gondor. And now I can't even fucking defend, like, I'm like defending down here, like what the fuck did you guys do?
That's a good question. What happened?
Gondor needs power, bro.
Gondor needs food badly. Actually, I think we're fine on food. Yeah.
Okay, there was one thing I wanted to look at. Oh, yes. It's not this, but I might look at this too. They're sieging me again.
Wow.
They're gonna do that like every turn now.
Silly orcs. Tricks are for kids.
Fucking Trixie. Down in the bridge corner.
That'd be an interesting thing. I bet there's a... I was gonna say I bet, and I'm not sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a fanfic about that.
What, Trixie dying in the ditch?
No. Well, I know there's a fanfic about that, but you know, the to take on the rabbit thing. Silly rabbit. Trixie's for kids.
Wait, there was that line. I thought you were referencing that. Someone did that. Someone did the whole. Did some fan-made thing use that whole silly Trixie tricks are for kids or whatever?
I actually haven't seen that. I don't think.
I believe it's from. I might be wrong though. Remember when they did the Pony Battles of History thingy or whatever?
Oh yeah.
And the ones that from Mike the Microphone. I believe the first one was Trixie against Twilight Sparkle.
Okay, yeah. I have seen that. It's just been a while.
So yeah, that was the second whatever-ish part of this thing.
Yes. Thank you all for watching, and see all of you next time.
Take care.